myself Prachi Agarwal, Assistant Professor in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Today the topic for my lecture is Huffman coding and Shannon-Fano coding. This is from the subject Digital Communication. The subject code is BEC 601. So I will be explaining here Huffman coding and Shannon-Fano coding. So first one is Huffman coding. So basically this Huffman coding and Shannon-Fano coding, they are the source encoding procedures, or we can say source encoding algorithm. These two techniques are basically just to compress our data. So we already have studied the source encoder in the digital communication block diagram. So these two techniques are from there only. So in source encoder, we are using Huffman coding and the Shannon-Fano coding. So first of all, Huffman coding. So Huffman coding is a greedy approach based lossless data compression algorithm. So it is basically a data compression algorithm. It uses variable length encoding to compress the data. So while using this coding, we just compressing the data. The main idea in Huffman coding is to assign each character with a variable length code. So what we are dealing the basically what is the significance of this? We are giving some code length to a particular probability, to a particular symbols. We are giving some code length. So the length of each character is decided on the basis of its occurrence frequency. The character that occurred most time would have the smallest code, and the character that occurred least in the data would have the largest code. That means the character which is occurring most time would have smallest code. That is, if it is coming repeatedly, that is having smallest code, and the character that occurred least, it having the largest code. So this thing this thing will be clear too when we will be explaining numerical on it. Then this is the procedure. So the procedure first, what is the first step? First we have to arrange in the order of decreasing probabilities. So you will be giving some symbols. So those symbols you have to arrange in the order of decreasing probabilities. Then the two least probabilities are assigned to the bit 0, 1. Then you will be assigning 0 and 1. Then the combined last two symbols, move the combined symbol as high as possible. When you are having, like if you are having two probabilities 0.2 and 0.1, right? So the addition is 0.3. So you will be moving this 0.3 as much as high you can. According to the another probabilities, you can move this addition, this sum basically as high as possible. This is mentioned here, right? Then repeat the above step until the last two symbols. You are going to repeat until you will be left with two probabilities only. So then you will stop. And then code for each symbol is found by moving backward. Then the code you will be getting backward like this, right? So now we will be doing one example with numerical on it. So then this will be clear to you. So this is the example. In example, you will be given some symbols A to G I have taken, and I have assumed that in the question it is given the probability for A is it is 0.05, for B it is 0.15, for C 0.2, for D 0.05, for E 0.15, for F 0.3, and for G you will be having 0.1. So how many probabilities you are given? You are given 7 probabilities. That means 7 symbols you are given. So you are given 7 symbols with these probabilities. So what is the first step? I have told the first step is basically to arrange in the order of decreasing probabilities. So I am arranging. So step 1, arrange the probability in decreasing order. So you will creating this table. So first of all, you will be writing symbol. So symbol you are writing according to the probability. So see, so first probability according to the question is 0.3. The largest probability according to the question is 0.3. So you will be writing 0.3 at the top, and the symbol against 0.3 is F. So you are writing F. Then from after 0.3, it is 0.2 for the symbol C, then 0.15 for the symbol B. See, 0.15 is for 2, B and E, but B comes, B will return, B will return first, then you have to write the another symbol, that is E, because B comes first. Then 0.15 for E, then you are having another probability 0.1, that is for G, and then you are having 0.05 for A, and again same 0.05 for D. So what is the first step? First step is just to arrange the probability in the decreasing order. So you have arranged. Now second step is, in this first step basically you are doing, what is the next? Next is you are going to add from the last probability. So last probability is 0.05 and 0.05. So you are going to add, right? So I am writing here. So that I will do. Right. So this is the last. So I will be doing addition. So addition of this is 0.1, right? So 0.1 will be written here only. So 0.1 and this 0.1 as it is, 0.15, 0.15, 0.2, 0.3. So you have just done the addition of the last two probabilities, and then the last two is 0.1, 0.1. So 0.1, 0.1 is 0.2. So you will be writing 0.2 here. Then this 0.2 it will come as it is here. And this 0.3 as it is, right? And now these two 0.15, 0.5. So first this 0.15 will come here. And this 0.15 will come here. Right? I think now this is clear to you. First we have arranged according to the decreasing order, and then we are doing the addition from the last two probabilities. So whatever answer we are getting, we are just adjusting that answer as much as high we can. So since from the first addition we are getting 0.1, so 0.1 can be adjusted only at this place because another probability 0.1 is already here. Then after addition of 0.1, 0.1, I am getting 0.2. So 0.1 is going high. So it is placed below that 0.2 already given in the question probability, right? Then I am doing the addition of this. So it is 0.3. So it is written here, and this 0.3 here. Then this 0.2 here, this 0.2 here, right? Same. Then last two probability will be added. The addition is 0.4. So that is very high from the given probability. So it will go here. Then this 0.3 here. And then this 0.3 here. Then addition of this is 0.6. So 0.6 will here. And this 0.4. Right. Now you will stop here because only the two probabilities are left. So you will stop here. Now you will assign the code. So how you will assign? Just put this. So you assign code. I'm using some different pen. So here 0, 1. Just assign 0, 1, 0, 1 to every this square bracket. Right? Is this clear? We are just assign 0, 1, 0, 1 to every square bracket. Now see, first this is 0.6. So 0.6 is basically the addition of 0.3 and 0.3. Here the last probability is 0.6. 0.6 is the addition of 0.3 and 0.3. So you are giving the code of 0.6 to both the 0.3, 0.3. So for 0.6 you are having 0. So put 0 and 0. Clear? Then you are having 0.4 here. So for 0.1 you are having 1. You are having 1 code. So you will given 1 here. 1, 1. Because 0.4 is basically the addition of 0.2 and 0.2. So you assign 1 to each 0.2 and 0.2. Then afterwards you are having 0.3. So 0.3 is basically the addition of 0.15, 0.5. For 0.3 you are having 0, 1. So you give 0 1 here, 0 1 here, right? Then for 0.2 you are having the addition from 0.1 0.1, so 0.2 you are having 1 1, so give 1 1 here. I think this is getting clear to you. Then we are having 0.1 by the addition of 0.05 0.05, so you put 1 1 1 1 1 1, right? So you will see that you are getting the code for each probability, or we can say for each symbol. Now the next step is you just convert this whole tree to a table format. So what we have done is you write down the symbol in the normal increasing order, the given in the question A, B, C, D, E, F. Then write down their codes. Code you got. First of all, write down the probability. You make first symbol, then you make the probabilities, and then write down code. So A is having the probability 0.05 from the question, right? Then the code for A 0.05. 0.05 is having code 1110. So I have written 1110. Then for B 0.15. So 0.15 is having code 0.15 is having code 011. So I have written 0.1 is having code 010. See, this is 010 and this is to this. So I have written 010. Then for C is basically 0.2. So 0.2 is having code 10. So I have written 10. So similarly, you are writing the code for each symbols for each probabilities from this tree, right? Then you are writing Ni. Ni is what? You are writing, this is having 4 bits, so you are writing 4. It is having 3 bits, you are write 3. 2 bits 2, then 4 bits 4, 3 bits 3, and 2 bits you are writing 2. Clear? So first of all, we have arranged in decreasing order the probabilities, and just remember, if you are placing the probability with to different place, so then you do not forget to place its symbol as well. Like I have placed A at second last, right? So A is also shifted here. Do not write this symbol from A to D, A to F as A to G as it is. So this symbol is basically moving according to the probability. Then I have made this tree. So T from the tree, just the addition we are doing, and then we are putting 0101 from the backward, and then we are just putting the sum, the whatever since we are getting 0.6 of the addition of 0.3. So for 0.6 we are having 0, so put 00. Then from 0.3 is basically as it is. Then we are having for this 0.3, it is basically the sum of these two. So you put the code of 01 to 01, and just do not forget to put the code at the start. At the back you are giving 0101, but at the start you will just put that code which you are getting after your sum, right? Then in this Huffman coding, you will be asked to find average length, code efficiency, entropy, and redundancy. These 4 things they may ask, or they may ask only 2 things, but you remember all the 4 things. So I have covered 4 things. So first is average length. The formula for average length is L is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to 7. What is this 7? Since we are using symbol A to G basically, so it is that basically, and that is PI/NI. So I am just basically multiplying the probability with their code. So probability for first is, see this table, probability for first is 0.05 and it is having the code 4. So 0.05 into 4. Then plus probability for B is 0.15 into 3. Then for C it is 0.2 into 2. From this table which you got from the previous step, you just create this L. So after multiplying this, you will get 2.6. Right? Then code efficiency, the code efficiency formula is neta is equal to Hx upon L. So Hx is what? Hx is basically entropy. Right? So you need to find entropy. So entropy is equal to, Hx is equal to summation I to n pi log 2 1 by pi. So this again, this n is basically 7 because we are having 7 symbols. So first probability is 0.3. So you just use according to according to you. So it is 0.3 log 2 1 by 0.3, then 0.2 log 2 1 by 0.2. I have just done this probability into log 2 1 by pi. So you are just using that probability which is given in the question. This particular entropy does not require any code. It does not require the binary tree. So you can find out this entropy before your binary tree as well. But it is better if you first find out the binary, your tree, that particular code tree, and then you just find out these things. So this does not require anything. It is just from the question only. Pi is given, probability is given in the question, log 2 1 by pi. So you are just finding for each symbol, multiplying and adding, and then the answer you will get 2.57, right? So here neta efficiency is basically 2.57 upon 2.6 from this formula hx upon L. So that is 0.9888. So efficiency in percentage basically, so it is 98.88%, and redundancy is, the formula for redundancy is 1 minus neta. So that is basically 1 minus this, so you will have 0.0112, right? So I think this question is clear to you. First we have arranged in decreasing order probabilities, then we have made this tree, and with this tree we are doing the addition from the last two probabilities, and whatever sum we are getting, we are just putting that sum as much high as we can, and then we are allotting 0 1 0 1 0 1 from the last to the first, and then we are just using that code of the sum, that code from the sum probability to their basically to, you can say, the from which we are getting that particular probability. Like this, suppose we are getting 0.6, the code is 0, so you are getting 0.6 from 0.3, so you give this 0 to both the probabilities. So here I have used 0 and here also I have used 0. Clear? So this is how. And then the next step is just to create this code and the n according to the probability, and then you have to ask, it has been asked in the question to find any of these, or they may ask all these four things, right? So then another method is Shannon-Fano coding. This is also coding from source encoding, and this is also used for data compression. So it was developed by Shannon at Bell Labs and Robert Fana at MIT. Basically, in it also we are just sorting the symbol according to the frequency counts. Then we are basically dividing in two parts. So in the Huffman coding, we are just putting in the decreasing order, and then we are doing the addition from the last two probabilities. But in Shannon-Fano, there's a difference. In Shannon-Fano, we are just dividing the whole probabilities into a equiprobable state. That means whatever probabilities you have been given, you just allot them with a set of equiprobable state. Like suppose you will be given, suppose the question will be 0.5, 0.4, 0.5, right? These are the three probabilities you are given in the question. So you just divide first like this. So you are having 0.5 and this is also having 0.5. So then you allot 0 1 1. Clear? Suppose in some questions you may do not get the exact equal. So you just find out the near about equal states, and then just do the dividation, and then just do 0 1 0 1, right? So recursively divide the symbols into two parts. Then this is a natural way of implementing the above procedure to build a binary tree. Here also we are basically creating the tree. Let's assign bit 0 to its left branch and 1 to the right branch. So we are just putting 0 and 1. So this is an example I have taken. So 4 symbols x1, x2, x3 and x4 with probabilities. These are the 4 probabilities according to the symbols are given, where x3 and x4 is having same probability 1 by 8. And you have been asked construct a Shannon-Fano code, and then you may ask these entropies, you may ask efficiency, redundancy, anything they can ask, right? So first I have divided this. Basically you have been given 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 8, right? So first divide it into a 2 equiprobable state. So from it we can easily see this is 1 by 2 and this whole also result in 1 by 2. So you just do 0 and put 1 1 1. That means for this complete is 0, and for all these you will be having one code. Then again you just divide. So then we can divide. We are having equal probable state 1 by 4, and the sum of 1 by 8 is also 1 by 4. So you just give 0 here and just put 1 1 here. Clear? Then you are having 1 by 8 1 by 8. So these are two equal probabilities. So dividing is quite easier. So you just put 0 and 1. Right? So see the tree has been created. So code is, we just read the code. For 1 by 2 it is 0. For 1 by 4 it is this. For 1 by 8 it is like this. So I have written, for 1 by 2 it is 0. For 1 by 4 it is 1 0. For 1 by 8 it is basically 1 1 0. For 1 by 8, again for 1 by 8 it is 1 1 1. Right? So the same like we have done in Huffman coding. So once we get the code, we just allot their n. So we will be allotting n. So for 0 it is basically of length 1. It is of length 2, length 3. This is also length 3. Right? So that means we are basically giving their length. For 0 1, for 1 0 it is 2, for 1 1 0 3, and for 3 times 1 you are having 3. Right? Then you have to find entropy. So for entropy, what you have to find? Hx. So formula for entropy will remain same in both Huffman coding and the Shannon-Fano coding. So what is the formula? It is Hx is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to, how many symbols are here? 4 symbols. So I is equal to 1 to 4 pi log 2 1 upon pi, or you can write pxi. Right? So first of all, probability is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 log 2 1 by 2. So this basically, this entropy does not require the tree. It can be find out using the probabilities only. So you just put 1 by 2 log 2 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 log 2 1 by 4 plus 2. So I have used twice 1 by 8 because 1 by 8 is coming 2 times. So I have just multiplied it 2 times. So 2 into 1 by 8 log 2 1 by 8. Then this is log 2 1 by 2. So this is giving 1, and this is giving basically 1 by 4. It is 2. The value of this is 2 into 1 by 8 into 3. And after this you will find out, and you can get the value. Entropy is basically 1.75. Right? So what we have done here is, we have just divided our all probabilities in the equiprobable states. You are dividing it from the after seeing the first probability, just try to divide it. Right? Till the last 2 probabilities you are going to divide this whole probabilities, and from this you can get a tree. After this you will be writing the code, and in front of code you will be writing their length. Right? So again then you will be asked, what is average length? So first you have find out entropy. Then what is average length? Average length is basically L. So L is pxi ni. This is the formula which we have already done in this. The formulas will remain same. Here also we have done pi ni, and there also it is pi ni. Right? So what we are doing is, first for 1 by 2, see, for 1 by 2 the length is what? For 1 by 2 from the table, length is 1. For x2, for 1 by 4 length is 2. For x3 length is 3, and for x4 length is 3. So we are just multiplying that length. So you multiply this 1 by 2 into 1 plus 1 by 4 into 2 plus 1 by 8 into 3 plus 1 by 8 into 3. So you just do the addition and multiplication. So what you will see is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, and this on solving you will get 1.75. Right? So this is the average length L. So previously we find out entropy. This is average length L, and then you may ask to find out efficiency. So efficiency is Hx upon L. Right? So L is here is 1.75. See, there is one another term also, that is log 2 m. So this m is basically what we are, since we are studying binary system only, so this n is 2. So that is why I am not written. So this is basically log 2 2. So the answer is 1. So I'm not writing again and again since we are studying this binary system. So value is 1. And if it is any other system like for quaternary, you will be having 4. So in that case, log, it will be log 2 4. So there is a value basically 2. So that system we are not studying. So basically we consider binary system only. So that is why I am not writing. So this whole term is divided by this also. So that I have not written. So just write down neta is equal to hx upon L, and then just divide. Hx is 1.75. We just got previously this 1.75. Then neta also, L also you got 1.75. So efficiency is what? 1 or 100%. So in this question, basically it has been given, I have not written that particular part, to prove that efficiency is 100%. The question is that you will be given these symbols and it is asked to use Shannon-Fano code and prove the efficiency is 100%, right? So I have just find out the efficiency and it is coming 100%. So it is proved also according to the question. And if it is asked to find out, so you can find out like this. And then they may ask redundancy. So redundancy is what? What is the formula of redundancy? Right. So we can find out that is 1 minus neta. So redundancy also we can find out like this. And this is, I think this is clear to you. So again, I am just telling Shannon-Fano. In Shannon-Fano, we are dividing into equiprobable state, and in the Huffman coding, we are not considering any probable state. We are just dividing. We are just putting in the decreasing order, and then we are adding and putting as much as high we can, and then just allotting 0 1 0 1. Here also we are giving 0 1 0 1, but we are just giving according to the equiprobable states, right? So I think these two coding is. Both coding are important, and this hope this is clear to you. So this may come. So that's all from my side. Thank you. Jai Hind.